Hi, this is a video for photographers. It's something I know quite a bit about. My father has been a freelance photographer all his life, and I have a diploma in photography from the the Northeast Surrey College of Technology. And when I started Cape Villas, I did so because I had superior photographs and I knew how to put them into a website. And for many years, that was the thing that we stood out against others. I have trained a number of photographers and I will be in Cape Town for 3 months so we can do some work together. Okay, a few things. We're looking for different types of photographs. Some photographs we want the sky in. So we can do these caption shots. There you go, not so nice sky. There again. And we're not only photographing the villas, we're looking for land, general photographs as well, because they're of interest. Here we go again. Easy to see the text. Lots of sky, lots of sky, lots of sky. In fact, there wasn't a lot of sky on this one. I had to sort of make one of those and then stretch it. Okay. It's very important. Well, I think the most important thing about photographing is the best shots you're going to get is at this time of night. This is, about sunset. So for about the 10, maybe 20 minutes before the sun sets, and about 10, 15, 20 minutes afterwards, you've got a half an hour window of which to take as many photographs as you can. The reason being is during that time, the light inside matches the light outside. And you can see on this picture how you can see the inside perfectly, and yet we can also see the outside perfectly. So I remember when photographing, there would always be a dash. In general, one always wants to do two shoots. One wants to do one in the day, and that day shot really needs to be before before 12 o'clock. Depending on the time of year, because at about 1 o'clock to 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, the sun is in the picture. And when the sun is in the picture, it really plays havoc with the lighting. Okay, so obviously now this guy has somehow managed to find something to jump on top of, and he's taken the photograph from an angle. I've personally, the first villa we ever rented, I was doing 360 photographs where you take 16 photographs in a circle, and I actually got in the middle of the swimming pool of the villa. I jumped in, camera and everything, and I took the photographs. And I remember the clients came and said, "Oh, that picture that looked a lot bigger. That pool looked a lot bigger," and I just said to them, yeah, I jumped inside and did that photograph. They weren't, they were happy enough with the villa, but they weren't happy with their pool size. So we're not looking in any case to try and make something look bigger than it is. Albeit a very wide angle lens is very useful, particularly in bedrooms and, areas where there's not a lot of space. Let's have a look at some more photographs. I don't want to look at these ones. Okay, let's have a look at these. This was the last photographer who shot for us, and I was, it was okay, but it wasn't great. If we look there, that's okay. Wasn't great. He never thought to go into the bottom left corner and shoot in the same way that I had seen it shot by the previous photographer. Also, there's just something a little bit wishy-washy about this. Doesn't seem to have. I think it's taken a little bit too bright. Not sure. This isn't bad, I suppose. Note the TV is on. Note these lights should all be on. Every single light in the house needs to be photographed day or evening. And again, this is an average photograph for me. There's just something about it that's not, it's not, there's just something wrong with it. If we have a look at some of the best photographs I've got. Here we go. Okay, let's have a look at these Oceana photographs, and we can see even in the thumbnails that there's a lot more depth to them. Look, there's a lot more. I think it's saturation. And I don't think these have been photoshopped. I think this is just how it happened. Again, of course, this is being taken at that sunset time, so the inside and the outside are perfect, and maybe that's what's creating this great saturation. Here again, everything inside is nice. It's rich in color. The view's a little bit wishy-washy, but it's a good photo. Here's an interesting one indoors. I mean, not every villa's gonna have this available, but this is a great shot. Really rich, really rich and colorful. Really like that. Here's another one. You can see everything. Okay, these seem to all have been taken. No, look, here's one that seems to have been taken in the day, and you can see it's a little bit less punchy than the rest. Of course, we can just throw in some contrast, but it's nice if the raw photographs are great to go from the word go. Let's have a look at some more photographs. Let's have a look at ones that I like. This one's great angle. It's got the tree, it's got the view, it's got the pool. Let's have a look at some bedroom photographs. Okay, that's not bad. You can see the outside and the inside. Now note, this bed linen is crisp clean, like you would expect in a 6-star hotel. Villa owners and property managers of villas that are worth less than 40 million generally do not have this linen. They won't have prepared it. So before you speak to the villa owner, you'll need to give them a checklist. So before you go and photograph the villa, you or Caitlin or whoever's coordinating will need to give the villa a checklist, and one of them will be bed linen ironed and presented as would be in a 5-star hotel. Great shot of the inside, going to the out. Here's a shot that's sort of great, but just is a little bit low in definition. I don't know. I've tried using this shot and it's worked okay. I mean, it's great because you've got the sea and Lion's Head, but here it's, the sea is all sort of virtually white. You can't quite see it. Have another look inside bedroom. Now, note that the photographer is in the corner of the room, the very corner. And the curtains are closed in this case, which is fine for a bedroom. If it's got a great outdoor view, open them. If it doesn't have a great outdoor view, close them. Okay, let's have a look at some more. Okay, this is an interesting one. Okay, these shots are okay, but let's let's have a look at one that's not okay. Here we go. Okay, what's wrong with this picture? Yeah, this umbrella has not been put up. And it just looks odd. You know, all umbrellas need to be put up. And creepy crawlies need to be removed from the swimming pool. There's another one of the same. You know, this is a real shame because this would have been a great photograph if that umbrella was up, but it's not. Okay. Also, here's a picture of that umbrella up. So it does go up. Okay. Let's see where this. Let me find the pictures that because I have to go through all these, and ideally either yourself or the media manager will need to sort these images through. There's an interesting image. This is quite a good kitchen one, and this is the sort of thing you can do in the daytime. So long as there's no windows with a load of light, or you're not facing the sun in any way, you know, you can get a lot of these sort of kitchen shots done, and interiors. And of course, on the balcony, you know, we do want to see that swimming pool shot looking out to sea in the midday, but don't photograph after 1 o'clock because you'll start getting the sun in the picture and it plays havoc. Okay, this is an okay picture. It's a good angle. There's something just not quite right about it for me. Obviously, you know, the better the villa, the better the furnishings, the better. So that's okay again, but it's not great. This one was taken too late. There's no sunset out there. However, you know, the bedrooms aren't anywhere near as important as the wow shots. The shots of the swimming pool looking over the sea, the shots of the entertainment area, etc., etc. And of course the master bedroom. So typically one would, you know, do a few at the pool, do a few in the entertainment area, or some incorporating both. Dash upstairs, take the master bedroom into the second bedroom, dash down any other interesting rooms that have light, and then do the rest of the bedrooms. And in between, go back down and photograph those main view shots and the main entertainment area shots, or any wow shots. Do those a number of times so that we have different versions of the same angle. The reason we're doing that is because we have a lot of different websites, and we can put the same photograph in to a degree, but it's a lot better if we have maybe, and we're looking for at least 12 photographs of the villa. And we can see, let's see how they look. Let's go to the, we're just going to go to the blog for now. Okay. Let's have a look at the video we were just looking at. Okay. Okay, and that's how we start, you know, start like that. Unfortunately, these photographs were quite small and I had to enlarge them, which is why the quality is not great. Also, they were never done by a professional photographer, from what I can tell. And then we show portrait images, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, landscape, portrait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, landscape, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one has 16. And 16 is a good number. It's one of my favorite numbers. However, we're looking for not 16 photographs. We're looking for about 3 sets of 16 photographs so that we can create completely new content, new photograph villas websites, i.e. we've got villasecrets.com. We will load up the images and we'll put some new text on there, and Google will say, yes, this is a great new villa with new images and new text. There's no plagiarism at all. And after that point, if everybody uses the photographs that we have online, Google will remember that it came from us in the first place, and everyone else that uses it sort of gives it a vote for our original website. So that's good. However, we've got villasecrets.com, we've got Cape Town Luxury Villas, and it would be great to have different set of photographs. The same set of photographs, but taken at slightly different times. For Cape Town Luxury Villas, we've got villas in Camps Bay that we're doing, particularly for the Camps Bay ones. You know, it would be great again to have different photographs on the same theme. And again, we're also creating Cape Luxury Villas relatively soon. So that's 4 different websites. You know, that ideally we'd want about 16 images each. And, you know, they're all similar. I mean, you can, by making an image, you know, say let's have a look at this shot. You know, you can photograph that shot there, and you can photograph it from a slightly different angle, and another slightly different angle, and another slightly different angle. So you've got basically 4 shots that are different but very similar. When I say different, they're different in terms of Google will read the pixels and go, this is a different photograph from another, but it's, you know, maybe you've just moved to the right a foot or 2. Maybe you've moved the camera higher, or maybe you moved the camera lower. In general, you know, camera about head height's pretty good. That's where people generally look from, so that's the view they can understand. But obviously sometimes a view from lower looking up, or a view from higher looking down is the best way to go. Okay, so to sum up, we want great images. We want great images that, you know, that are better than these images. Let's have a look at one where we're very happy with the images. Loose Harbour's quite good, I think. Now, obviously, I think I've said this before, lesser villas are going to be more hard to photograph because they don't have, you know, they're not as picturesque in the first place. But you've just got to do your best with lesser villas. You shouldn't be photographing a lot of them, unless, of course, someone's given us a exclusive mandate on one. And when I say lesser villas, I sort of mean 4-star villas that have some sort of degree of luxury, or, you know, a big swimming pool, something that makes it better than average. Yeah, okay, so, you know, images that are not whited out. I don't want to see any images where we've got a room and when we look outside, all there is a load of white sky and sea. Try and avoid that. Make sure you do the shot in the day before 1 o'clock, so as there's no sun in the way of the view, because that gets in the way. And in the day, you know, photograph. It's sort of in the day as a training exercise to a degree. We do need the photographs in the bright day of the pool, and, you know, there's certain shots you can take that are unaffected by the bright light. Sometimes kitchens, you know, living rooms sometimes. But trying to photograph an inside and outside shot, it's very hard. However, as we can see from, in fact, if I'm remembering correctly, these were all, let's have a look. Actually, yeah, these are all done at just about sunset time. You can see the long shadows, and the long shadows help. They add a degree of art to it. Here again. You know, lovely when there's a few clouds outside. You can see the sunsets in mid-flow because some of the clouds are dark and some of them are still red. Can't really, yes, you know, we can see the shadows here. But the main thing is we can see everything that's inside and we can see everything that's outside. Again, everything inside, everything outside. This is a very good photograph. You know, there's no clutter. You know, all the pillows have been puffed up. Everything's where it should be. Again, it's just sunset time makes it so much easier. This is a day shot, which doesn't look good at all, actually. I don't know what Stefan Anthony was thinking when he did the front of that villa. But anyway. Okay, this one's slightly wrong because we're seeing too much outside. This looks like it's done in daytime, not in the evening. In fact, yeah, and you can see that the sun was probably about here. You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't in the daytime. This is another daytime shot that's okay. This is another daytime shot that's okay. You see, they're okay in the day, you know, but there's no real oomph. Okay, so daytime shots before the sun starts appearing, and you use that to become familiar with the villa. And take a lot of shots in the day because you've got plenty of time, over an hour. You know, you can take, you know, maybe 100 photos, work the angles out. Then, you know, ideally, and this is, you know, once one is, you know, a paid employee, or we agree on a day rate, i.e. you come and you do the day shots, and you then go back and you sort out those day shots into, you know, best, medium, worst. You work out which angles are working, which aren't, and you put them into 4 different folders for the 4 different websites we want to put them on. And maybe you have a best folder as well. So you have 4 folders and a best folder, which has the best folder, a copy of the best photographs from all the folders. You know, that's going to take a while. Sorting through the pictures, you know, takes a while. If you have Photoshop, if you have Photoshop, do a little bit of work. Let's just have a quick look at how I would do that. Let's open up Photoshop. I'm going to try and find the original Element Villa. Villa photos. Click down. What's in here? Element. Exterior 2. Okay, this one here. Now, as we can see, there's something slightly wrong with this image. It's nice, it's well framed, and everything in the picture is where it should be, sun lounges, etc., etc. But it's not really punchy enough. So, image, adjustments, just brightness, contrast, and just play around with it. What happens if the contrast is boosted? That's nice. I mean, quite often I actually go darker and boost the contrast, but in this case that's not working. This is brightening it up, which is good. So I'm at 32. I wonder if I bang in some more contrast. Yeah, look. Have a look at it before and after. A little bit brighter, a little bit more contrast. Now that's good. Okay, so, you know, feel free to do that. Another good one is image adjustments, color balance. And you just go to the highlights, and this won't necessarily work in this shot. And you just add a touch of red, about 15 red. Okay, yeah, that has actually helped a little bit. You know, what this does is it changes the photograph to make it look like it's sun-dressed. It makes it look like it's sunny in the photograph. So let's just go back and also apply those contrast. Brightness here and contrast here. Okay, now we've got a better, and that's all we need to do. You know, it's just add a little bit of contrast, other than if one needs to scale, which is where is it? Transform. Oh, it's not going to do it because it's locked. Duplicate layer. We don't need to do it on this one because this one is already scaled. Transform. But this is the first thing one should do. It's the skew. And if the, you know, if it was like that, which some photographs will be, you would use the skew tool to just make everything in the correct upright position. Okay. What else? Let me think. Okay, so go to Villa about 11:30. Explore, photograph the entertainment areas in any area that is working. Take, you know, maybe 100 photographs. Take to 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, about 2 hours spend. Also, you know, during that time, if they haven't done the bed set stuff, you ask the maid if they can iron the linen, or at the very least, make sure you pull it as tight as possible. Sometimes we need props, flowers and stuff. We just buy plastic flowers and a nice vase. Okay, so yeah, 2 hours photographing, then, you know, either stay at the villa or go home or go to the office and work on putting those into 4 folders for the 4 different villas that we want, and adding Photoshop if you need to. Then always having a best of folder as well. Then go back to the sunset I'd say about an hour before sunset, because at that time, you know, the light is starting to be friendly for various bedroom shots and stuff. Photograph the pool, photograph the entertainment area, and just sort of start circulating all the different areas that you've been before, that you have already seen that work for the photographs you did before. Use the angles that worked, don't use the angles that didn't. And then, you know, you've got an hour up until that sunset. That 20 minutes before that sunset is the crucial point. That's the point. That's the magic spot. And afterwards as well, you know, for bedrooms. Okay, another option that we're thinking about, which isn't relevant at first, is the idea that we're going to be doing this along with a copywriter. So as the copywriter spends her day doing things, she'll make notes, or he'll make notes on which parts of the villa have been mentioned, and make sure to get close-ups on them. Once the photographs of the evening shot are finished, again, they all need to go into their separate folders. We'll always keep an original folder with everything as it was at the beginning untouched. Then create folders 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the 4 different websites, and add photographs to them. Then once those are all added, make a best of and take the best shots from there in the morning and in the evening. So, you know, it really is an 8-hour gig per day. It's, you know, arriving at that villa at 11:30. It's shooting till about 1:30. Have a lunch 1 to 2:30. Then from 2:30 to 3:30, 4:30, 5:30. That's sorting those images out, doing a bit of Photoshop. Back to the villa. 1.5 hours photographing the sunset, 1 hour maybe. And then after that is going through the evening shots and putting them also into those 4 different Villa website folders with some Photoshop, if you know how to do that, and again making a best of at the end. So at the end we're left with one raw file of all the images and 5 folders. 4 folders are for 4 different websites, and there's one folder that has the best of those 4 folders in it. Okay, I hope this doesn't sound like too much. I strongly advise you to watch this video about 3 or 4 times and ask me any questions. And remember, the place where you stand to get the best angle is critical. Very critical. You've got to try and get into that corner as best you can, and or up on that wall, or low down when it's a swimming pool shot. And yeah, use a tripod, especially in the evening shots. Sometimes, it's quicker without one, but I always found a tripod gave a better image. You can slow down the speed of the shutter so as you get much more in through the aperture, which leads to greater quality. However, I'm not actually sure if modern day cameras are much more efficient at that. I'm talking about cameras from the 1980s. Okay, good luck. Thank you.